She has appeared in everything from Law and Order to Nashville on television, and now actress Julia Barnett, we might be related, is taking on a new role in her latest work called Chasing Grace. It's shot right here in Central Texas, and Julia and her young daughter Lydia Tracy joins me to talk about it. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
All right, so let's just give folks some background because we know a lot about you, Julia. And in Nashville, you've also Law and Order. Resume is very impressive. But you live here.
I live here in Austin.
This is home.
Yes, it is.
And you're raising Lydia here. So tell me about this new production that you have that's coming up, because you shot it here in Austin in Dripping Springs.
Yes, we shot it here in Austin in Dripping Springs, and I produced it and wrote it and I directed it. And I also acted in it with Lydia. So, yes, it's called Chasing Grace, and it's about a young college student in 1990 who meets with her estranged father. And in this meeting, they discover the truth about what drove them apart. They had kind of a wild 70s road trip together, and she discovers the truth about what happened that summer.
And you wrote this. How did you come up? Where'd you get your inspiration for this?
Well, it's inspired by my childhood. I'm a girl of the 70s. And, you know, my parents were divorced very young, and there was a custody battle and all of that. And when I got older and I started having my own kids, I kind of looked at some of those memories from a different perspective after the time had passed. And so I wrote this in a way to kind of maybe help other people who had the same experience, really to kind of take another perspective at their childhood. And I kind of learned that, you know, some of my memories couldn't be trusted.
Yeah, you know, that's something that's happened to many people. So working through this, that's the writing helped you work through this.
Absolutely.
And you did this on a $12,000 budget. Which is pretty amazing.
I mean, so many people in Dripping and Austin donated to the project. So we had 13 picture cars. They were all donated. It's set in the 70s and the 90s, so it's a period piece. So everything from the clothing to the props. I mean, I'd say a majority of it was donated to the project, which really helped the budget. Otherwise, I never would have been able to do it for that.
And much of, I mean, the acting talent you found at home. Lydia, so you casted your daughter in this. Now, she plays you as a younger child in the movie?
Yes. I mean, she plays the young girl, yes. And I play her mother.
And what was that like, Lydia, working with your mom? I mean, you have worked in front of the camera before, too, right?
Yes.
Tell me what you did.
Well,
you mean what she's done before in this film?
Yes.
So what are some of the other things that you've done?
well, I've done Deliverance Creek.
Okay.
Deliverance Creek was a movie for Lifetime that shot here in Austin.
I've done lots of commercials.
Okay. And what was it like this time working with Mommy?
I've done lots of commercials with my mom too.
Okay. But this was a bigger production though, right?
It was kind of fun because, of course, I played her mom. So what was that like?
Real.
Yes. And we had a couple actors come in from LA too. Christopher Backus, who's on Roadies right now. He plays her dad, and he was amazing.
Okay. Did you? I mean, how did you talk with her to get her ready for the role? What went into that?
I mean, we did talk through the scenes beforehand a little bit, but you know, I kind of, especially at this age, you want to keep it fresh. So we learned the lines, but we didn't work on it too much. We kind of did it on set. I think it keeps it.
Let's see a little bit of it, can we? Okay, let's go to a clip, and you can tell us what we're looking at here.
Daddy!
So good to see you. I love you. Let's go.
Grace?
No, what are you doing? No! No! What are you doing? No!
Wow, Lydia, that was really good. So, I mean, the facial features and everything. So, I can only imagine, you know, parents who are watching this, too, this movie, it seems as if you want to send a message to them as well, because seeing your child being placed in a car and having to chase after that is heartbreaking.
This is the pivotal scene in the movie that this is the inciting incident that kind of separates she and her father, Grace and her father. And, but the beauty of this story is that she kind of learns the other side the other side of the story in this film when she meets with him years later.
Yeah.
So.
And you see it from a different perspective too when you become an adult. Like you really can see your parents in a different way and continue to love them.
Yes, exactly. I think everyone's making the best decisions that they possibly can. I think in the 70s, our parents, you know, they didn't parent the same way we do now, and they were doing the best that they could, and so sometimes we just have to offer up a little bit of forgiveness.
Right, right. So if folks want to see this film, how can they get out and do that?
So we're in post-production right now, and we'll be submitting to all the festivals, and it's going to be a few months before we'll have it ready.
Yeah, you're ready for that, Lydia? Just everybody to see you on the silver screen? Yeah. And then what happens afterwards? Are you in the works doing some more with Nashville and maybe Law and Order again?
Yes, I mean, you know, we'll see they're picking back up this season, and you never know, so you kind of wait for the producers to decide what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so good talking with you guys. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, thank you for having us.
All right, Julia Barnett and her daughter, Lydia.
Yes.
All right, now